The Bible said they plotted, they planned a whole lot of things, but I'm not going to go into all of that detail, throwing him into the pit and all of those. And then, when the matter became critical, when the brothers had made up their mind that today will be the last day, he will walk home to set his eyes on the Father, who will always throw it on their face that he preferred Joseph more than they all. So when that has been concluded, the Bible said one word from Judah changed the whole game. Judah said to them, what gain are we going to have if we kill our own brother? I want you all to remember that it's our blood. And because it's our blood, I would suggest that we sell him rather than kill him. Of what profit, of what gain is it going to be to us if we just kill him now? Why don't we just sell him? And the Bible said they sold him to the Ishmaelites, who in turn took him to Egypt. And when they took him to Egypt, they sold him to Pharaoh. But before selling him to the Ishmaelite, there is something they will not allow him to go with. They will not allow him to go with the love of their father. And what is the signature of the love of their father upon him? That was the coat of many colors. The Bible said they removed it from him. They killed a lamb for sacrifice. And now hear this. When they killed the blood, when they killed the lamb, they put the blood upon the coat of many colors. They sprinkled the blood there. When they sprinkled the blood, they declared him a dead man. They declared him a man who has gone and gone. And then they took the coat of many colors and they took it to their father. When they offered it to their father, them and their father came to a conclusion that a wild animal may have devoured him. The Bible said Jacob could not be comforted. Jacob mourned him. Jacob cried. Jacob was in pain. Not for days, not for weeks. Jacob was so pained. He was carrying it like a load that he will carry to his grave. The lost, may you not lose that which will make you man like Jacob man. The story is just about to begin. Now, the Ishmaelites, in conjunction with the Midianites, the merchants, to grease you, the grace to move you forward, the grace for the fulfillment of your destiny. These are things no man can take away from you. Anytime you are saved, don't attribute it to a man. It is God using a man to save you. When the brothers finally did not kill him, it was not the brothers who refused to kill him. It was God who refused the brothers from killing him. For if God be for you, who can be against you? You can't kill a destiny carrier when he has not fulfilled the destiny and when he is in right standing with God. You will try, yes. You will push him, yes. But you can't destroy him. For if God be for a man, who can be against that man? If God be for a people, who can be against those people? If God say yes, who can say no? If God confirms a thing, who can cancel it? Who can stand against the will of he that sits beyond the firmament? Who can cancel the project of God? Who can counter the will and the desire of God? When Potiphar bought him, Potiphar took him to his house. But the Bible recorded something that is very important. The Lord was with him. And because the Lord was with him, everything he places his hands on, you will see the difference. It was not long, Potiphar discovered that this man carried grace. For anywhere he entered, the presence of the grace speaks louder than the ears could hear. And Potiphar put him ahead of his household. He became in charge of the household. Potiphar gave him a coat. It's not a matter of. When the power of God is upon you, you will overtake those who has been there before you. Or you that is listening to me right now, receive the grace to take over. For in the journey of destiny, overtaking is allowed. It doesn't matter when you started. When the grace of God is upon you, you will overtake those who started before you. So Joseph overtook those who started before him and was made the chief of all the servants, and everybody was under him. But anytime God is lifting you, the enemy will come to find a way to bring you down and stop the program of God over your life. And the wife of Potiphar wouldn't let him rest. And from time to time, he resisted the attempt of Potiphar's wife. That so much so that she became ashamed of herself, but she cannot hold herself because it was not about Potiphar's wife. It was about the devil who has been after his life. It's about the devil who doesn't want him to fulfill destiny. It's about the wicked one who does not want the fulfillment of his destiny. And Potiphar's wife came after him one of the days and held his coat. But Potiphar's wife didn't know his story. And his story is that he is used to losing coats. So to lose another coat was not an issue. The Bible said he left the coat with Potiphar's wife and he ran away. And Potiphar's wife had the coat and used it against him. And Potiphar threw him into prison. And when he was thrown into prison, he showed that you may throw me in prison, but you won't keep me in prison. Oh God. It is one thing to throw him in prison, but it is another thing to keep him in prison. When he was thrown into prison, he didn't leave the foundation of the journey. He knew that the actual reason I got into trouble was dream. And what makes me different from my brothers is the dream. And I know it may take time, but this dream must come to pass. This dream must come true. He held on to his dream. Ladies and gentlemen, people of God, the Bible said he continued to interpret the dreams of people, even in the prison. One striking one. 2 servants from the very house of Pharaoh came into prison. One, the cupbearer. 2, one of the chefs. Those who prepared me. The Bible said they both had a disturbing dream because they didn't know the interpretation of their dreams, and they looked very worried and they were showing their worriness. And Joseph approached them and said, what is the problem exactly? And they told him, we have a dream that is disturbing us. And they both told him their dreams. And he said to the cupbearer, he said, your dream means in 3 days you shall be out of this prison. And he said to the devil, he said, in 3 days you shall be executed. And the true interpretations he gave them came to pass in the same way that he had interpreted it. And he made a request to the cupbearer. He said, please, when you get to the palace, remember me. Oh, help me tell Pharaoh that there's a Jewish man here who committed no offense. I am here out of the wickedness of men. If he can just help me to come out of this. That prayer is not a prayer that God will likely answer. You want to go back to where you come from, but God wants to take you to where you're going. Now, where you are may look ugly. Where you are may look like there is no future. But God does not have any protection for the back. So anytime you pray to go back, it's not likely that God would answer. Because God is not a God that takes a man back. God is a God that moves a man forward. Oh, people of God, as you hear the sound of my voice, just like Joseph, the desire of God, the program of God is not to take you back to where you are coming from. You are coming from the land of Canaan, but God want to take you to the place where you will control the word. And next thing, the place of pain is nearer to the place of promotion. The place of agony is nearer to the place of greatness. Oh, don't go where your heart will feel comfortable. Don't go back to the love of your earthly father when the love of your heavenly father is driving you. The love of your heavenly father is driving you. You don't need the love of your earthly father right about now, because where you're going is nearer to where you're coming from. You are closer to your destiny than you are to where you began. You are closer to the place of manifestation than where you were when you began the journey. Oh yeah, let's move it so it gets interesting. Now, for 2 years, the cupbearer did not remember him. And the cupbearer did nothing wrong. From my perspective, listen to me. Somebody's about to call you because you are needed right now. They will not call you until you are needed. If they call you before your time, you will enter into the cup of shame. But if they call you at your time, that calling becomes your manifestation of destiny. So, when the time came, when the time came, God gave a dream to Pharaoh himself, a troubling dream, a dream that wouldn't let Pharaoh rest. And this boy, remember, there's something I need to tell you. As at the time the brother sold him, he was 17 years. As at the time he came out of prison, he was 30 years. They sold him at 17. At 30, he came out of the prison to face King Pharaoh, face to face, one-on-one. And when he faced Pharaoh, he made a statement that many of you read past, but you don't know the weight of that statement he made. He made a statement that would have cost him his life immediately. He made a statement that would have destroyed his destiny if God was not to be involved. When he appeared before Pharaoh, he made this statement. And listen to the statement that Joseph made. Remember, Joseph was standing before the strongest king at that time on the planet. He was standing before a monarch who has life and death in his mouth. Anybody he said kill, they kill. Anybody he said live alive, they live alive. He was standing before a king who carried the authority of the kings of Persia at his time. And listen to the first word that left the mouth of Joseph. Joseph said, I cannot do it, but I have a God. There is a God who can interpret the dream and give you all the answer. You know what this means? Remember that this boy, this young man Joseph, was standing before a king whom his people believed that he was a god. He was reverenced. He was worshipped just like a god. He was standing before a king who they consider to be a deity, a god himself. Standing before this God and telling this God that there is another God who can do what you cannot do. My God. I'm not sure you got it. I'm not sure you got it. I'm not sure you got what I'm trying to say. He stood before this Pharaoh who saw himself as a God. And he said to him, there is a God in whose name I'm standing here. I am not standing on my own. I am standing as a representative of a God who is more than you. My God. It is either this man is speaking faith, or he has lost his mind, or he didn't know who he was talking to. But ladies and gentlemen, when God empowers a man, you carry the spirit of boldness. God said boldness. With this boldness, he looked Pharaoh in the face and said, I didn't come as Joseph, but I came as a representative of the God of Israel, who can do what you and whatever you believe in cannot do. And I'm sure because Pharaoh was worried, because Pharaoh was disturbed, because Pharaoh was in trouble. The Bible says he did not sleep, he could not sleep all through the night. So his heart was heavy, and Pharaoh was waiting. If this young man had failed to interpret the dream correctly, or had failed in telling Pharaoh what his wise men and soothsayers could not tell him, if he has failed, I'm sure he will not walk out of that place alive. Oh, but my God cannot fail. I serve a God whose words are settled in heaven before the foundation of the earth. Once has he spoken, twice have I heard him, that all power they belonged to him. When he interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh, Pharaoh could not but submit. He did not only interpret his dream, he also told Pharaoh, can I make suggestion? Maya katata. And he gave a suggestion that blew the wisdom of Pharaoh and his wise men. And Pharaoh said, where can we find a man like this man? Where can we find a man that carries a sound spirit like this man does, so that he can carry out this dream that he has interpreted? Because he told Pharaoh, he said, the two disturbing dreams you have, they both mean the same thing. He said in a nutshell, what your dream means is that there's going to be 7 years of abundance in this land of Egypt, after the 7 years of abundance, there will be 7 years of famine. It will be so terrible. It will be so bad. But the way to tackle it, the way to handle it, okay, is this. That 7 years of famine will be even greater than the 7 years of abundance. But I have a solution to it. The solution to it is